I'm making this video because tomorrow I'm going down to my local post office and pick up a package. I got a failure or sorry we missed you a pickup notice, except I've got two for one package. The problem with that is my carrier, this is a temporary carrier, I'm about to get a new one, but my local post office has informed me that due to, quote unquote, the fact that I harassed my previous postal carrier, I am no longer going to be able to get my packages delivered to my house anymore. They will be holding all of them for pickup. Now that is only what I heard from the temporary carrier. But if I hadn't heard it from her, I wouldn't have heard it from anyone because it's news to me. I wasn't aware that calling in complaints about terrible service with a particular carrier and postal worker, your delivery person, could result in you being blacklisted and not getting your mail anymore. This video is going straight to YouTube. It is the only evidence really that I have for multiple reasons. This poor service and this escalation that's been played by my local post office. They don't create a paper trail. They do kind of protect each other, but the main problem is, most of the YouTube videos you see where the postal worker is doing something, well, that's exactly what you see. They're flipping a piece of mail up haphazardly onto a porch, or they're, kicking down a mailbox or tearing up your mail or something. The problem with my case is that I live 500 feet from the road where my mailbox is, and it's not what she's doing or what my carriers have done, it's what they haven't done. It started simply by them not closing my mailbox, and what could I do? Is there a live video I could get all the way down there? I didn't have 500 foot of video cable at the time, and at the time I didn't even have security cameras. When I finally did get security cameras for my house, I'm don't have the money to afford even an 8-camera system. I bought the cheapest. Anybody who knows tech knows that a Z-Moto 4-camera DVR is very, very cheap. It's less than $200, and didn't even have the money at the time to afford it. But I have to say that one of the main reasons I bought that was because of the poor service I was getting at when she did deliver packages before I started complaining to her bosses via phone calls. Because in the 4 years I've lived at my location I'm at right now, I have spoken with the carrier, who is now retired, the problem carrier, a total of less than 5 times in 4 years. And most of those times, actually, she initiated the contact. She's rolling down the driveway saying, "Well, why don't you get some more gravel on your driveway?" This actually happened. My boss told me, he told you to get off your butt and try to take care of me a little bit better. And I'm like, really? I couldn't believe she said that. At the time, my response to her, I guess they deemed this harassment. I said in a normal speaking tone as I was receiving a package, I said, "Lady, this is as loud as I said it. I can't believe you actually bring that up, because you've made my life a living hell for the past 3 years and you've never delivered my mail right, so let me sign for the package, and please don't even bring it up. It costs money to get gravel on a driveway." I said, "My girlfriend drives it in her little Honda Accord. I drive it in my car. My parents do. And everybody who comes up and down my 500 foot driveway, I've never had one person ever tell me that they've ruined, they felt it was a bumpy ride. I've never had one person mention that." So she's really ended up being immature. I may not get everything in this cut of this video, the evidence I have against her as far as my side of things, because again, there's no video of something someone doesn't do. I used to take pictures of the mailbox open, which was the first time I was down there and happened to think about it. I'm like, well, this is absolutely ridiculous that anybody could open your mailbox. You could, and falsify that every day. I'm finally getting to the point where I'm about to have, I bought 500 feet of Siamese B&C cable, which techs might also know that's to get a video camera down at the road. And I'll have it in by the end of the week. And then we'll see if the temporary carrier starts stuff, but the one that's retired, she was the problem. Now that she's gone, they're still holding my mail, and they actually told the temp to not even bother to, don't interact with him because he is a harassing person. Now, that is strange, embittering, odd. I can see their side of it if that had actually happened, but again, at least they should provide, before the Postal Service starts withholding services from a particular customer, I think they should be held by a regulatory commission, which there is. I've already written the Postal Regulatory Commission. I think they should be held to a standard of having to prove it. And I do mean each incident. If the woman wants to say he harassed me, she needs to provide valid proof of it. The incident report might be something she could falsify, and I would certainly have issue with that because, like I say, I insist. I've talked with her less than 5 times really in 4 years, and it's insane. Also, this woman was being protected, I think, because she retired recently. Why would they? I've only lived here 4 years. Why would they even put a mark or a blemish on a woman's record, you see, who is about to retire? So close to retirement, while that one customer ruined your perfect record. The problem with that is I don't think she had a perfect record. I've been told by, I'll go down there to pick up a piece of mail and I'll mention it, how frustrating it is, and I'll have a clerk at the local office kind of give me one of these and go, actually, you're not the only one who complains. And I've had that happen more than once, and the last time was back in October of 2014, and he told me, she's crazy, and she causes a lot of problems, and you're not the only one, trust me. He looked back and forth, and he made sure that nobody was listening to him, none of his coworkers, because they're very political. Something petty like that could cost you your job if you started a rumor that wasn't true. Also, they do protect her. This video is going long, so I just need to get to the statements of fact and some of the proof I have. I've already got snapshots of these that I've sent to the Postal Regulatory Commission. I'll provide stills of those in this video, as well as a letter that I received from the Kentucky Postmaster General's office after sending an email to the National Postal Regulatory Commission. That I received an email back from a young woman. I believe she was a young woman. Her name was Annie Kennedy or Amy Kennedy. I can't remember which. But all they did was kick it back to the Kentuckiana Postmaster's office, and then the woman who sent this letter, you'll see in the still, is Elizabeth Schaefer, and she's no joy to deal with. I've never spoken with her in person, but as far as her dismissiveness, I think that will be seen in the still if you bother to read it in the video. Okay, moving on. The way the local office protected this lady is insane. I've been here since 2011. It's 2015. This is the beginning of my 5th year at this residence in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Midway through, early on, let's go back to the beginning. When I first started feeling I needed to complain was a year into what she was doing, which was leaving my mailbox open every time she touched the mail. To retrieve mail from the box, to put mail in the box, it was at least 50%. I would say closer to 75, maybe even 80% of the time this woman touched my mailbox, she was leaving it open. And I was like, wow, there's nothing wrong with a mailbox. I can stand there like an idiot for 30 minutes and flip it up 100 times and it always shuts. It's not that, it's just that she's too lazy to close the mailbox. Now, I don't like complaining about people in service jobs. That's not funny. I've had it done to me. And sometimes I was just tired as a newspaper delivery person or pizza delivery. That's a pizza guy for you. I might have had a bad night. Sometimes I deserved it. Many times I didn't. So I saw her side and I saw her boss's side if he felt he needed to protect her. But the way they handled it was they mishandled it. They protected her too much. She's already a little bit immature for such an older woman closer to retirement. I'm about to substantiate that. And also, this is something that has gone on chronically. She does this to a lot of people. Okay, I want to cut this video and I'm going to make a part 2 because I want to move on to substantiation.